Hey, this is Daniel, currently in Yogyakarta, and now I'm staying at my hotel room at the Yellow Star by Ambarukmo. Today is the 31st of December, the last day of 2023. I want to share a bit of my recent experiences where I traveled in Yogyakarta with my family. So yeah, it started out on the 28th of December, where we woke up at like either 5, where we started to prepare to put our luggage back, to put our luggage into our car. By the way, we traveled with 2 cars, where each car consists of 2 families, where my cousin's family and my family. So yeah, we traveled from Surabaya at 6 from our house and meet up with my cousin's family at the rest area. It's either at 7, I think. So we traveled from the rest area to Yogyakarta through the highway and past several cities, but we traveled for about, I think it's like 3, 4 to 5 hours through Jogja, but we went to Solo first. So when we traveled to Jogja, we stopped by at the Solo city, where we visit the Pasar Gede, traditional market, where my family wants to buy snacks and some souvenirs from the Pasar Gede. We also had lunch there. We had some dim sum. We had some noodles to fill our bellies before we continue our way to Yogyakarta. So before we depart to Yogyakarta, we stopped by to my grandmother's cousin, where they stayed near the borders of Solo city. So we went there. We visited my grandmother's cousin and met my how do we say it? Further cousin, I think, the cousin of my, yeah. So my mother's cousin. So it's quite far, but we visited them all the way. So we had our exchange, even though we've rarely met. I think we've met last. What year was it? I think it was like 2017 or something. So it's quite rare. It's very rare for us to meet, but but when we visited them, they still remembered us and they welcomed us very, very much warmly. So we stayed there for an hour or two, and then we continued our way to Yogyakarta. To be honest, I didn't really pay attention to the road, where which street did we take, which road did we take, but because I was quite tired and I fell asleep at the at the back, so I trust my brothers who drive to Yogyakarta. So I think it's around 3 p.m. where we arrived at the city, and we immediately rushed to our hotel because we are all very tired and it's very hot, where we sweat a lot and we needed to rest, we needed to take a shower and all of it. So yeah, when we arrived at our hotel, this hotel, we immediately took a shower. We immediately put our luggages, and we changed into our newly clothes, new clothes. We put on some new clothes, and after we met up with our other family, we immediately searched for dinner, where we ate. What was it? We ate some. Was it some kind of a mixture of seafood and chicken? Yeah, it's some kind of penyetan where we eat. It's near the hotel. It's just like I guess it's a mile from here, and so we ate. After that, we just some of our members were very tired, so we dropped them at the hotel, and we went straight to Tempo Glato, where we enjoyed gelato with some of our families, where we it was very, very crowded, and it's packed with people trying to have a taste of Tempo Gelato. To be honest, it's very, very worth it, because with that kind of price and that kind of flavors, it's just wow. So yeah, we after we had our Tempo Gelato, we head straight back to the hotel to have some rest. Well, some of us were still visiting each other's rooms, and we talked a bit, and then we just went straight to bed. So yeah, on the next day, on the 29th, we woke up early because we have our plans figured out. We have scheduled our destinations. So yeah, we woke up at 6, and we had our breakfast, and it was the servings here are very delicious, and we decided to depart on at 8 a.m. to the obelisk ocean view. It's quite far. It's near. I guess it's near Gunung Kidul. I forgot which mountain it was, but it's at the mountains, and it was around 1 to 2 hours to get there. So again, I slept all the way there because I'm because I'm not a morning person, especially on holidays. So yeah, we traveled there for 1 2 hours, and when we arrived, we were amazed by this destination. So apparently this destination is quite new, and it's very modern. So when we arrived, we immediately took photos, took pictures, a bunch of pictures with the whole family, from my grandmother to her eldest son, and then all the way to my family. So we had fun there. We visited. We took photos in some kind of deck below a cliff. So it's very amusing, where the view is showing. Was it Parang Tritis? It's a beach. So we saw a view of the ocean and the beach. It was amazing. But sadly, it was at the afternoon. It's morning to noon. So it's very, very hot there. So we to kill time, we enjoyed at a cafe there. restaurant cafe. We ate some pizza. We drink a lot of refreshments from juices and then teas and everything that's cold. We bought some gelato. My mom wanted to buy some croissants, but they were very crowded, so we just skipped the croissants. So yeah, we stayed there for around I guess like 2 3 hours. After that, where when it's starting to packed, starting to be crowded, we um, we immediately took off to another ocean destination with an ocean view, the Heha Ocean View, and it took another hour just to get there. We took, I think we took the long way. We took the long route there, and when we arrived, we uh, I immediately got hungry again. I was starving. I ate noodles with bakso while waiting for the other car, the other family to arrive. So yeah, so when we arrived, when they also arrived, we immediately got into the Heha Ocean View. It's around afternoon to evening. I guess it's like, I think it's like 3 p.m. something. So it's still hot, and we visited there, and apparently the Heha Ocean View uh, is at a valley between two cliffs. So it's a bit. We need to go down. It was quite steep, so we took a shuttle bus to get down. And apparently, Heha Ocean View is not as I expected. Why? Because I guess because it's older than the Obelix, so it's kind of a letdown. And so the Heha Ocean View is very hot, and it's actually, I'm very disappointed because to take a picture there with the background of the ocean, we need to buy our own ticket to take a picture with the said background. So they took all of the natural background. They put on some man-made background like hearts. They put on some swings. The special one is I guess it's the hot air balloon. They had a hot air balloon where we get into the hot air balloon and they fly. No, they hover, they levitate a bit, and then we can take a picture from the hot air balloon. But then again, it's not that special because of it took all the natural background away. So I only took a few pictures of the said view from the high cliff, from a high cliff. I took just the other side of a cliff and the ocean, but I'm really disappointed because I can't take a picture. I couldn't take a picture at with a nice background. So yeah, we stayed there for a couple of hours. We had snacks there. We had coconut drinks, and after a long hot day, we decided to go back home, to go back to the hotel. And apparently, we're not yet full because again another disappointment is that Heiha Ocean View doesn't have the snacks that it's not apparently they don't have much food there because most of them are they said sold out. They said that they were sold out, but I guess they were never there. So yeah, so we before we go back to our hotel, we ate at a restaurant eating sate kambing, goat satay. So we um, we stayed there. We ate, but it was delicious. My family enjoyed the food, but it took so long that my families are they were arguing with each other because they said that they thought that someone left out some things, but apparently it was just very late to come out. So yeah, we still enjoyed the food. After we enjoyed the food, we head straight back to the hotel. It was around we arrived at 8, I think. It's around 8 p.m. So we immediately get ourselves cleaned up, and then we immediately uh, t- we took we call it a day. So yeah, after that, the next morning we had our breakfast at 7, and then we ate together, and then we decided to go to what was it? To Candi Borobudur, the Borobudur temple, the famous Borobudur temple. We depart at I guess at around 8:30. We depart and it took around 2.5 hours, I guess, to Borobudur temple. It was a long trip where again I fell asleep. But when we arrived, it was already very very crowded. Many cars, many many minibuses had parked there, and we arrived kind of late. We arrived near noon, so it was already packed with families, with tourists, and when we arrived, luckily, my family had purchased the tickets through online, so we just need to print out the tickets, and we immediately got into the temple. So it was a very large area where the temple was in the middle of that area. It was a long walk. There were many trees. There were many empty spaces where usually families could have a picnic there, and we took many photos of the Borobudur temple. It was very nostalgic because I visited last time I visited Borobudur temple was elementary school with my school at that time. So when we arrived at the Borobudur temple, it's very nostalgic, but it's quite disappointing where what had happened to the Borobudur temple, where the volcanic ash had destroyed some of the statues, some of the relics there. We saw many of the statues were headless, where their head was decapitated because of the corrosion I guess, from the volcanic eruption. But we still took photos of the amazing view of the Borobudur temple. It was amazing. We took lots of pictures there. Lots of pictures there, even though it's very hot and I was heavily, I sweat a lot, and it was hell. So after we took bunch of photos, we walked. We decided to go to finish our tour at the Borobudur temple. We passed through the Borobudur Museum. I think that's the name. So to exit the premise, we need to pass the museum. And after we pass the museum, the path leads to the market, the local markets that sell souvenirs of the Borobudur temple, such as ornaments. We can see lots of clothings, and then there are toys for kids and many more. It was a long walk inside the market. It was very hot. It's because it's very close with shops, so it was a narrow path, and we need to wait for the other visitors to walk, which mostly are I guess there are elders where they want to see the shops there. So yeah, we had a long walk. After that, we decided to continue our journey to at first we decided to a museum. I forgot what the name was, but then some of the family was didn't agree with the said destination because according to them it's quite it's boring to see only see artifacts and heritages, because while they wanted to see destinations where there are aesthetic views where they can take pictures on. So we decided there are two options: either Heha Sky View, Heha, I guess it's Heha Sky View, and Obelix Village. There are some arguings there, and finally we decided to visit the Obelix Village. At the Obelix Village, when we arrived, it was very cloudy, so we take precautions. We took some umbrellas just in case it's going to rain. So immediately after we arrived at the Obelix Village, we were starving, so we ate there. And while we ate, suddenly it rained heavily. It suddenly rained heavily, and we took shelter at the restaurants while eating. It was very windy. It's kind of a semi-storm at the place, but fortunately, after we finished eating, the rain stopped, and we can immediately enjoy our stay there. So after eating, we saw one of the staffs were brought out some of the pets there, which are a two pythons, an iguana. I guess I guess it was an owl, and two weasels. So we took pictures of with the pets, with the animals there, and it's a very funny encounter where where some of my aunts were afraid of the snakes and the iguana, and we we pulled some pranks there, especially me and my cousins. We pulled pranks there. It was very funny, and while we're there, we visited some other attractions, such as there was a mini farm where they planted sunflowers, but sadly, because of the storm, I guess the sunflowers weren't facing to the sky, so they faced downwards. But it's still beautiful though. And then they have a small zoo, a mini zoo, where they have many animals and they have many attractions. There were kind of a small cage of turkeys, chickens, and pigeons, and then in the other cage there were, I guess, like three owls, where I guess they weren't trained yet, so they were held captive. And then we saw a place. I guess it was a small barn where children may ride horses to ride horses around the mini zoo. And there were also pygmy goats, small goats, and there were a secret deck. So there was a funny event where me and my brother explored the mini zoo and the secret deck. Because of the rain, the deck was slippery, and my brother wasn't very careful. He wasn't very careful, and he fell down. It was funny, but unfortunately, he he scraped his finger, his pinky finger. It was even though it was funny to see my brother fall, but I felt I felt bad because he accidentally hurt himself. So yeah, I immediately searched for bandages to help his pinky finger. But yeah, it was quite funny. Then we got back from the secret deck and we took more pictures, and we had fun taking pictures there. And after all of the things that happened, we exit the destination, and near there was a waiting area where we can sit. And apparently my family bought some durians where they ate at the waiting area. Unfortunate for me, I don't like durians, so I can't enjoy it with them. I don't particularly like strange foods, so it's not my cup of tea. So yeah, after they finished the durians, we decided to head back to the hotel. We arrived late. It's around 7 to 8, and then we got news where my other mother's cousin decided to visit us at Yogyakarta from Solo. So when they arrived at Jogja, we met them at a mall near the hotel, the Ambaruk Mall Plaza. We met there. We ate some foods. We talked about things, and long story short, it got we forgot track of time to track time. It was already 10 p.m. And the mall's closing, so we forgot. We had too much fun that we forgot to check our time. And also, stupid of me is that I forgot that today, the 31st of December, is my grandma's birthday. So yesterday I ran all around the mall just to search for a bakery to buy a cake for my grandmother. Luckily, cake shop, bakery was still preparing to close. And I immediately got there. I bought a cake for my grandmother, and yeah, that's that's funny because I forgot to buy the cake which we had planned days before. So yeah, luckily we achieved. We purchased the cake, and we part ways with our cousin, and then we got back to the hotel. We prepared. Our initial plan was to surprise our grandmother at midnight, but then again, my grandmother is, she was already asleep, so we decided to just celebrate her birthday on this morning. So yeah, so it's still around. I guess it's a 4 p.m. right now. So I wish I can have fun at tonight's celebration for the New Year's Eve. So yeah, I wish you guys have a splendid vacation. I wish you guys have the time to spend the holidays with your family, and good luck on 2024. See ya.